Hello, my name is Hunter. I am speaking out about a white supremacist cult that has been targeting my life for years. These people follow me job to job and pretty much gaslight the hell out of me, mentally abuse me, pretty much tell me and show me who they are, and then pretty much in order to, I guess, hold on to their secrets, they silence me and then pretty much spread lies and slander about me behind my back to everybody that I work with to get everybody not to talk to me. And then pretty much if I try to say anything about it, they just pretty much I don't know what you're talking about. And that's what these cults do. They pretty much they'll show you and tell you who they are and pretty much expose themselves to you and then pretty much start like literally defaming like me and trying to destroy my character. And pretty much if I try to be involved as a team, they pretty much push me out. And then when I kind of stop trying to help out a little bit, kind of take a step back, they pretty much tell everybody, oh, he doesn't want anybody to help, he doesn't want to help anybody. And then pretty much just gaslighting the hell out of me. I've done nothing to deserve what I'm going through other than know who these people are, and I've seen the abuse that these people have done to people. Um, I've even heard about people that pretty much off themselves, unalive themselves because of these people. And they don't want people to know, but the thing about it is they came after my life so hard for absolutely no reason and just straight up tried to stop any forward movement in my life. Anytime I start to feel either joy or get back on my feet, they pretty much do it all over again. And then pretty much mock me in my face, pretty much telling me, "Oh, you just can't seem to get on your feet, huh?" And the thing about it is I've done nothing to these people. I've done nothing but worked hard for them, been loyal, and strive to be my best, and bring in money for these people, and work hours that nobody else wants to work. And I found out that they were giving me so many hours is so that they could frustrate me and try to anger me, to point the finger at me, or get people to look at me, trying to get them to think that I'm just an angry person. And that's not who I am. And the thing about it is what the last month, and they just fixed the AC after I said something about it. They fixed the AC, but for a whole month, almost actually, the AC's been not really working at my job for quite a while, for months. But the last month, in the hottest time of the year, you would think that they would get their AC fixed, but it was almost 90 degrees in the rooms and everything. And pretty much I found out that because they were having they I was scheduled for like 55 hours, but it was actually a misprint and I was supposed to be scheduled for like 65 hours, and they were trying to get me to work 70 hours, and they were pretty much trying to make me feel bad if I took breaks, and pretty much looking at me strange if I didn't like if I slowed down in what I was doing while they were slowing down, while they were taking breaks. And I found out that they were pretty much trying to overwork me and stress me out. These people would literally mess up my orders on purpose. They would straight up slow down on purpose right in front of me and then like try to talk about nasty things around me. and I would just turn up the music on my in my headphones, because I told these people, because when I found out that they were targeting me even harder, I pretty much went up to the store manager. I told him about it, and then he exposed himself to me on July 12th, 2025. They saw that I was kind of keeping to myself, staying quiet, and just coming in and doing my job. And so one of the people that were targeting me, and he just quit because I pretty much called him out on the symbolism he was wearing, and his excuse for quitting was that the company didn't, or like was withholding pay from him. And I'm pretty sure it's because, his attacks on me failed. So that goes to show, like, all these people that are attacking me, once you fail, once you don't attack me and succeed, these people will turn on you. Like, if they're doing what they're doing to me, they're for sure going to do what they're doing to me to you. So, that's the sick part of it. It's very organized. It's abuse. These people think that they're some kind of intelligence people, and they attack innocent people who literally just want to live an honest life and have good morals. That's the sick part of it, is if you don't do something corrupt to where they can blackmail you, they pretty much try to force you into something to incriminate you on, so that they can use it against you, so that you can't, you know, get raises or get any more pay than what they're paying you. Pretty much stopping you from improving in life. And people that know their worth and that work hard, they literally make people like that feel worthless. Like they're just, not worth any more than what they're already doing. And I learned that the hard way. Because I was always raised that if I worked hard, because I grew up in a poor neighborhood, in a very poor family, and I was always raised that if I worked hard, that I would get the things in life that, I didn't have growing up. And I quickly found out that, no matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours you work, you're not going to be appreciated by these companies. And these companies, all the owners and the managers, most of them know each other. I'm not saying all, but most of them know each other. And in order to protect their image and their secrets, they pretty much target individuals and pretty much try to make sure that they look a certain way, so that if that person ever spoke out, that they could use whatever image they created of you against you. And it's happened to the black community. The black community knows about that because they've been doing that to them for years. And I know what they're doing. And pretty much they'll show you who they are, and they'll tell you who they are. And then pretty much if you don't react the way that they quote unquote want you to, they try to make you feel like you're crazy, or, pretty much trying to paint you in an image to where nobody will believe you. Like, it's wild to me how people will believe a lie but need endless proof for the truth. And the thing about it is, like, more people need to speak out. And I understand why people don't speak out more about this, is because they're literally being intimidated and having their life literally controlled. Like, these people are literally trying to play God in people's lives. And it's disgusting. And speaking of playing God in people's lives, like, these people have tried to take away my faith in God. These these people have literally tried to depress me so much to the point where I give up on my faith in God. Because what people don't understand is having faith in God and having hope, like, these people don't want you to have that. These people do not want you to have that. Because then you can move forward. Then you have something to, hold on to. And these cults, they don't, hey buddy, these cults don't want people to have that because they want to have full control over individuals' lives. And it doesn't matter how hard you work, doesn't matter, what you do for a lot of these companies and everything. They're literally going to try to find something against you, get close to you, find something against you, and try to use it against you. And try to literally keep you pretty much poor. I mean, I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people right now are just one car repair away from being broke. And that's how they want to keep us. They don't want people saving money. They don't want people buying houses. They don't want people owning anything. And it's disgusting. Like, that's not the America that, we used to have. Like, people used to be able to afford to go out and buy a car. They used to be able to afford to go out and buy a house and get a mortgage. And now, especially in this younger generation with Gen Z, like, a lot of Gen Z people are living in their cars, having to stay at home with their parents longer, and pretty much not having families. It's disgusting. Like, people deserve to live comfortable lives. And these people are literally trying to take the comfortable out of everybody's lives. And it's disgusting. And, I hear about all these people that are struggling. And I try to, and the thing about it is like, if you know about that stuff, if you know what's going on, if you see what's really going on, these people try to make you sound like you're crazy. They know what's going on. They know you know the truth. They know I know the truth. And they don't want people to know that. And it has to do with this white supremacist cult. And it's everywhere. It's not just in my community. It's everywhere. And these people are literally putting a lock on people's lives and making sure that they don't get more than they think they're worth. It's wild. It's real wild. I mean, these people have literally shown me and told me who they are. They literally shown me that they're in control of my finances. They've literally shown me that they can control when I'm happy and when I'm not. And they literally told me that, not to speak out about it. They literally threatened my life. They've threatened my family's life. They've threatened to burn down my house. I mean, these people are disgusting. And I work hard. And then I hear about all these companies that, can't find good hard workers anymore, saying that Gen Z is hard to work with. Why? Because you can't control their emotions, you can't manipulate them to be your slave? Is that why? Because Gen Z is actually waking up to the fact that you all are wronging them? Is that why? 'Cause that's what I started to notice. Why else do you think Gen Z is not, working? It's because they see the bull crap that they have to go through. They see it. And they just want to live comfortable lives. They just want to be able to own a home and start a family and live their lives. There are plenty of homes in America for people to live in. And these people are literally trying to force people to live in their cars. And I just saw something on YouTube where it was like a shed for rent for $800. A shed. Like, even just 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I had an apartment for $850. That was 2 bedroom, 2 bath with a living room and a kitchen. And I was able to afford a dryer and washer. And then after the pandemic hit, I had to move back in with my parents. And then I found out that all my friends were moving back in with their parents. They couldn't afford to live on their own anymore. Like, minimum wage is going up here in Florida at least $1 a year. Until next year it's gonna be $15 an hour. And in September it's gonna be $14 an hour. But these companies have not increased people's pay to match what the price of minimum wage is going up to. These people still think that but they've raised the prices of all their crap. They're making more money than ever. But they haven't adjusted people's pay. And that's hurting a lot of people. And instead of adjusting people's pay, these people are literally coming into people's lives, getting close to them, and then pretty much trying to entrap them by getting blackmail on them. And then pretty much using whatever they found out about them against them. That's what I've noticed. And right now, like, nobody at my job's talking to me because they're literally on my ass trying to get blackmail on me. And the only thing that they have on me is I pretty much was. And the manager pulled me into the conversation, got close to me, and pretty much said, "Oh, yeah, the girl sounded cute on the phone. Was she cute?" And I was like, "Yeah, she's cute." That's the only thing they've got on me. And then they try to make me feel like, "Oh, you just think you're so perfect, don't you?" No. No, I don't. So they're in constant cahoots, spreading lies and slandering my name, getting everybody to turn against me, to pretty much gang stalk me, into trying to make me bottle everything up, trying to bully. People call it bullying, I call it abuse. Like, we should be past that. Like, why is it so hard for people to come together? Why is it so hard to love one another and help one another? Why do we got to play these mind games with each other? It's not right. And that's the thing, is the people that want to spread love, the people that want to lend a helping hand, they're literally having their lives destroyed. It's disgusting. I have nothing but love in my heart. I try to treat everybody with respect. I try to be very equal to everybody. And it's like, that's a problem. So they try to paint a picture of me and use what I say against me or twist my words to make me sound and look like somebody that I'm not. And this all started with me whenever I found out a law enforcement officer was abusing women and pretty much abusing people of color. And then I found out, and then he showed me he was in a cult, and then I found out that the jobs I was working at, they were a part of this cult. And they were in cahoots to try to make me look like somebody that I'm not. After they did stuff in front of me that they knew was wrong. After they wronged me. And instead of making it right toward me, they pretty much just came against me and tried to, intimidate my life. Told me that if I ever spoke out about it, that nobody would believe me anyway. It's disgusting. Then they wonder why people aren't working. Why people aren't pretty much striving anymore. This is why. Because a lot of people are noticing what's going on. It's like the veil has been lifted. Everybody's awakening to the fact that there is so much injustice out there, so much corruption out there, so much greed out there, to the point where people are literally living in their cars, or living out in the streets, or living with their parents. It's disgusting. All because they want to hide their secrets. All because somebody like me didn't react the way that they wanted me to. And instead I just held my peace and stayed silent. And that bothers them for some reason. It bothers them whenever I stay silent. I wonder why that is. What are they afraid of? Is it because their manipulation tactics aren't working the way that they want it to? Their subtle gaslighting and their mind manipulation and the abuse that a lot of these companies are putting on this younger generation, these younger generations. It's disgusting. Trying to make me feel like something's wrong with me. I mean, this law enforcement office, because I went to the police academy, and I didn't realize they were doing the same tactics to me in the police academy that they are at the jobs that I'm working at until recently. And then this law enforcement officer pretty much showed me he was a part of this cult and told me he was holding a piece of cheese in front of my head. Trying to pretty much bribe me into law enforcement. Trying to corrupt me into law enforcement. They don't want people that would make a positive impact on the world in law enforcement. They don't. They don't want good cops. They want corrupt cops. It's disgusting. It's real disgusting. And more people need to speak out about it. And like I said, I know why people aren't speaking out about it. It's literally because their lives are being flipped upside down and destroyed. Thank you.